Today we are going to talk about how to find stocks that are going to have an explosive move upwards. Hello YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel and check out my videos, past videos and everything. So now today we're going to talk about how are we going to find what is the winning stocks? How do we find the winning stocks? As you can see here, we have the Kroger company, company based in the United States. So here we have a weekly chart from TradingView. As you can see here, this weekly chart is for the long-term trend. How do we find a successful moving company that will have such explosive move upwards? As you can see here, this is a strong multi-year support areas here. Let's lower the opacity. Okay, so this is a very strong resistance area. So when it breaks over here, it signals that there is an upward potential upward move. It doesn't mean it will move, but there's a potential. But then it's sort of like a pullback back to the same area, which the resistance turned into support. From this area, it goes back up again and then make a small support area here and then continue upwards and another support area here. This support area coincides with the previous highs that achieved way back in the middle or early 2024. So how do you find this kind of moves? Firstly, most importantly, look where is the 200 EMA is heading towards. In this case, you can see that the price is above the 200-day EMA, as you can see here. The 200-day EMA is slightly starting to move upwards. So we are trying to look something like this, pointing upwards. So look for something that point upwards like this, slowly going upwards. So we can find anything that goes up more parabolic like this kind. But then, yeah, it must, one of the most important criteria is price must be above the EMA. It can be a 100 EMA, depends on how you play the stock, or shorter term. 100 EMA should be somewhere around here. So if you want to play the stock as 200-day EMA, just like me, you can just put a 200 EMA here and look where the stock is heading towards. I put a 200-day EMA because this is the most frequently used indicator by hedge funds and everything. All the traders, big traders, everyone uses this 200-day EMA to determine whether the stock is positive or negative. But very seldom people use this as a trading tool. So I use this to identify where it's heading towards, like the direction of it, and also whether the stock is positive or is negative. If it's below it, I won't be buying unless I'm sure that it has moved away from the EMA too much, that there's a potential rebound due to the this kind of momentum loss, then I might buy in. But it's special case. Normally, I'll just choose something that's slanting upwards like this, something like this. So we're talking about somewhere here. We'll start observing this kind of moves somewhere around here. So yeah, if you're buying, you're trying to find this kind of explosive move. This is the weekly chart. So you're trying to go in somewhere around here. So these areas, if we look at the daily chart for entry, should be somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. When there's a significant pullback back to the 200-day EMA. This is 200-day EMA. So if I were to based on what I see just now in the weekly chart, it was heading upwards, right? So I choose the daily chart for entry. How do I time the entry? I time the entry based on any significant pullbacks towards the 200-day EMA, like this kind. When it pulls back near or touching the EMA or even slightly cross the EMA. Because as per normal people's the trading books or anything people will write, they will say that anything that breaks below this one, yeah, it means the end of the trend. But actually, it's not really an end of trend. All you have to, all it happens is it has gone back to the mean here, and is it undecided whether it's going to continue upwards or continue downwards. So when it goes into this area, it's just an undecided zone, something like that. So when it goes back here, it doesn't mean when it breaks below the 200-day EMA, it doesn't mean that it will end the trend immediately. So there is a chance it will end. It might go down or it might go up, as in this case. See, it doesn't end. It doesn't really end when it breaks below this. So many trading books will just say that the trend ends when it breaks. So I believe that is nonsense. So when this kind of trend you see, it bounces and then it comes back down towards the EMA. So when it comes back down to the EMA, we can see that this kind of move near it bounce back and then goes back down again, creating a double bottom here. So this kind of move is very good entry. When the momentum slows down, that is a very good entry signal. I will usually buy at these entry signals. And then the stocks goes up, momentum slows down. If I am a swing trader, I'll be exiting somewhere here. So this is a very good trade. Of course, if I'm a long-term trader, I'll just sit through all these pullbacks. All these are just noise to me. And when it sort of like touches here, as well as it didn't break below this high, which is my what do you call it? As well as this when it bounce up here, okay, I'll start again. When it bounce up here, when I enter here, and it goes all the way up here, momentum slows down. If it goes down below and touches the previous high or break below the previous high, I will just exit my position. Maybe it's a loss, maybe it's a marginal win. So as long as this position, this level is not broken, I'll just be holding this one. So when this first phase didn't break it, it continues upward and down. It still didn't break it yet. So after a few 1 or 2 times, and when it breaks further above these areas, these support areas, I'll just move it up here as the next sort of like a trailing stop. So every time it goes up, like here, most probably I'll be exited here, somewhere here. But I won't be exiting just because it breaks the support area. As long as it's above this one, I might be still holding here, even here, because it doesn't break my rule. As long as it didn't break this previous this EMA or the previous support area, because this is a very strong support area, as you can see here. When it pulls back down here, it doesn't mean that I will exit just because it touches it breaks the previous low here. So you can see here, these areas are very strong previous support turn resistance, as you can see here. See, all these are very strong areas. So when it touches this area, I will not be exiting unless there's a strong break below this EMA, which indicates further trouble. But there is no break. In fact, the momentum slows when it enters here. I will be adding more to my position instead, because this is, as you can see, a very strong area to enter. It's a very strong resistance turns support area. So this is a very strong area. When it pulls back here into this strong zone, okay, we draw a zone here so that you can see more clearer. As I've mentioned before in my videos, these these are zones, so it's not really uh, lines as some books would have said. So these zones, whenever it touches this zone, enters this zone area, it will have a pullback like this one. This The more it touches this zone, the more likely it will sort of like have a bounce, or just like this one. When it goes down here, just because it breaks my previous, let's say I set my trading stop here, but it breaks here, so should I exit here and miss the move up? No, I will analyze whether this is a strong zone or not. If it is a very strong zone, I won't be exiting here, especially when I'll monitor the momentum. If it slows down, I'll be buying instead. I'll be buying and adding to my position and wait for a stronger move upwards. So if I need money or anything, I just plan, oh, okay, I'll just find another stock. Time to exit, because I entered here and then it moves all the way up here. It is a very good trade already. Even if you buy here and exit here, it is a very good swing trade. As you can see here is 51, about $52, and it goes all the way up here about 57, about 10%. It's about 10% gain. So this is good enough for a swing trader. Just do this about 10-20 times and you'll be multiplying your account. So this is up here. If I were to hold it for a longer term, this kind of big moves upward, I will have exited here when the momentum drains out. Won't be holding this part unless some kind of people who are really diamond hand and observe the weekly chart and thinks that, oh, okay, it's just a small pullback here. My entry is here, somewhere here, and then some moves all the way up here. If you play the weekly chart, this is for quite a few months here. Since this is a 2025 here somewhere, this January. So the move start in February, all the way up here. So it's like a 2-month move, and you're making money from here to here, $60 to $71 now. So you make quite a lot of money just because of this kind of explosive move. But then you have to be very careful. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, so do check out my previous videos. I mentioned quite a few times already. Whenever you see this kind of EMA here pointing upwards, when prices goes exceedingly well, going upwards, far from the EMA, expect to have some kind of major pullback. As this is now I'm looking at the weekly chart, so expect to have some kind of pullback. Not really it will happen within this or 2 weeks later, but then it has moved quite a lot here, as you can see, and it has moved quite a lot here. There's no significant pullback yet, so there is a pullback soon, because as you can see, this is the EMA. It has gone up quite a lot from here, so there is a possibility that in the future there will be a pullback to the mean or near to the mean, just like this one. This is away from mean, so when it goes too far away from the EMA, expect some kind of pullback soon. So if you are to enter here and chase the trend, there is a chance that you will be caught up when the move comes downwards. So this is a trap. if you're trying to chase it here, in my opinion. You will have some kind of trouble if it starts moving like this. So when the momentum slows down and shit hit the fans, and you will be having some kind of trouble. Avoid this kind of move, this kind of entry. Another sign of trouble is, as you can see here, the wicks are getting longer and the candles getting smaller. This is a possible weak point already showing here. As you can see, all the candles are steady upwards. You see, all steady upwards, and then momentum slows down suddenly, but then momentum strengthen again. It might just strengthen again and then slows down again and break down. It's possible. As you can see here, all momentum is very strong, nice, and then momentum slows down, small pullback of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, then it goes back all the way up again. So there is no significant pullback just like this kind for quite a long time. So there is a significant pullback soon, but I'm not sure when. The market will tell you when the time is right. So word of caution is, do not try to chase this kind of stock, because it has gone up quite a lot from here to here. As you can see, the pullback is only this small, so expect some kind of move downwards towards the mean in the future. But when will it happen? No one knows. The market will show you when the time is right. So don't enter here. It's just too high risk in my opinion. I won't be entering this kind of stuff. Just like previously I mentioned about the gold. Okay, this gold. See, similar thing. There is no significant pullback towards the mean at all. So you can. So we try to find this kind of explosive move, as previously I mentioned. See this kind of. Just look at the EMA or SMA if you prefer it. It's pointing upwards. Price is above the EMA. So two things is correct. Then just look at the move. Goes up, down, up, down. This is very good. Clean moves, right? Okay. So if you want to enter somewhere, try to enter on a pullback. So we go into the daily chart. If you're trying to trade a daily chart, you can trade a smaller time frame as well, based on a similar kind of entry, based on your own strategy. As you can see, daily chart is also the same thing. It's pointing upwards. Prices is above the EMA is good thing. So anything pullback trying to go towards the EMA is a very good entry point, because this is the trend is going upwards. So any pullback, no matter how big or how small, is a good thing. But this is not that good, in fact, unless you trade the breakout. But then I'll try to enter this kind. I'll prefer to enter after a very serious pullback like this kind. Multi days, very long, about 2 weeks or 1 week. This October until November, 1 month of pullback. So this kind of pullback, I'll just wait for the momentum slows down. As you can see here, the momentum slows down. Here there's a candles getting smaller. I will just enter here and just wait it out. So instead of having my stop loss below here, I'll just put it at this EMA, below the EMA. People might try to push it down here and try to cash out the stop loss and then only rebound. That's what happened when there's a double bottom, but it didn't happen in gold. So I'll try not to put it here, because this is a too classic place to put your stop loss. People will just hunt your stop loss here. So I'll just put it below here or somewhere here. And so yeah, I'll just enter here, and because this is my stop loss is here, I'll just wait all the way here, goes up. Normally, if I were to trade gold, I won't have the patience to wait all the way to the top. Most probably, I'll just wait until here, somewhere here, when the momentum starts slowing and the first red candle shows up. I'll exit it here. So then maybe I will re-enter here, because I will have seen that, oh, it has gone up quite a lot from this EMA, but it's not too much. It's not too serious. But I will try to take some profit or just exit my position here and find another stock or another commodities. Then okay, I might enter again here, because as you can see here, this is a one significant pullback with all the long candles and everything. So I was expecting some kind of big moves downwards, but then the momentum suddenly slows down, as you can see here. For the past few days during this week, it goes down and then momentum slows down significantly. So this is a very good entry point. So I will most probably enter here, because this is the previous low is here. So I'll just set my low towards somewhere this top here. So I'll just set this here. It's not so easy to hunt down this stock, because people will just try to push it down somewhere here. Maybe it might touch this area, but then the chances are quite slim, so I won't be stopped out so easily. So, and then I'll just hold it and wait for it to go up. It's starting to go into parabolic mode, as you can see here. The candles are getting longer and longer and bigger. So this is a very serious move upwards. See, it's getting parabolic, so it's most likely to continue upwards. Then when it has gone up too far away from the EMA, it's like a magnet, it will drag it back down. So expect some kind of move downwards in the near future. When the parabolic move started, it might be a week, maybe a week or two before any significant pullback. So we're not sure when it will happen. As I said before, the market doesn't show you everything. What we can see here is like the tail of a comet. So we'll just try to jump onto the comet, ride it for a while, and jump off before the comet turns around. So like this case, we jump in here and then wait for a week or two until the momentum slows down and just jump off. By then, it will have been about 500, 600 points. It's quite a lot. Okay, let's try not to make this too long. Okay, what should we see again? This is gold. So, okay, on a smaller time frame, let's say if you're trying to trade 15-minute or 30-minute chart, this is so you look at the main. You still have to look at the weekly chart first, where to determine where the actual long-term trend is. So you're very happy that the trend is still, the price is above the 200-day EMA on the weekly chart. So okay, this one is good. So you look at the daily chart. Daily chart is very important in my opinion. So this is daily chart. So look at the daily chart and you observe that there are quite a few major pullback, not a significant pullback, major pullbacks, and prices are getting to be parabolic. So we go into the 30 minutes chart now. Okay, 30 minutes chart, as you can see here, for this kind of move down, because it has gone up quite far from this one. So it has been up here for quite some time. Momentum is slowing down, so expect some kind of pullback soon. Expect this area, this is a support area. It might go down, go back here before continuing. So if you want to go into expect to wait for a pullback, a significant pullback to 3,380 plus minus level, you can enter here, and then hopefully it will go back up. But then there's a risk that it has quite overshot the EMA by quite a lot, so that it might go below here and then somewhere here, which is more possible. It might just go to here, this area, before another pull continue upwards trend. So there's two possibility. It might have a small shallow pullback to the previous support area, a small minor support area, or a more significant pullback to the 200 EMA area, which just like this one. So it might go back to this area because this is the main support, the resistance turn support area here. So this might be the one that if there's any significant pullback. So we won't know whether it's a shallow or significant. Just wait for a pullback here and look at the momentum. If it slows down and turns into a green candle again, there is chance that it will continue upwards, or it might be just another fake trap and then it goes down to here. But this is the safest option in my opinion. Buy somewhere at the nearest to the 200 EMA and try to catch a trend upwards. We won't know whether the trend will continue based on the historical move. Yeah, it might be here and then you thought you'll just come back to your place here, and then you thought, okay, I'll just enter here and wait for it to go up. But then you'll just break down. That is why stop loss is very important. When it breaks down, maybe you just put your stop loss somewhere here, 3,300. If it breaks down, it might be just hunting your stops as well. So just here and then it goes back up. Maybe it might happen like this. It goes down here, break below, and everyone freak out, start selling off, then bounce back up. It's possible. So there is a lot of possibility. Just try to identify which level you are most comfortable to enter. If you are more aggressive, you try to enter here. So if there is a pullback, it might go into this area. This is a more aggressive one. The least aggressive one is somewhere here. So it should be here. It is near to the 200-day EMA. Is a previous resistance and support area. So this is another safer route. It might hit here and then bounce back. Then the third one is here. When your stop loss is somewhere here, they might try to hunt your stop loss. So your stop loss might be somewhere here. So it might just go break below this 200-day EMA, trying to hunt the stop loss, and then bounce back up, creating a fake breakdown. So it might just be one of these scenarios. But there is a pullback soon. So okay, this is go. I don't want to make this video too long, as there's not much of people watching these long videos. So have a good night. Subscribe, share my videos, like it, comment if you have any stocks that you want me to review, and of course do watch my previous videos. Many of them consist years of experience in trading the market. Okay, good night.